So hello. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about the applied productivity tools. So in the previous chapter, we discussed how ICT affects our everyday lives. So we learned how ICT has changed the way we learn, play, and communicate with one another. So in this chapter, we are going to use the applied productivity tools for practical uses in ICT. So if you are familiar with paperworks like letters, bookkeeping, and accounting, so we will be able to tackle this in this lesson for today. So fortunately today, we rarely have to do this manually because there are technologies like Google Workspace, which we will be the main main lesson for this chapter. And also, if in our previous topic we learned about cloud computing, so we will be also using cloud computing here since we are using Google Workspace. So what will be what will we be doing for this lesson is that we will tackle about how to create an ID. So here are the, as I mentioned earlier, the productivity software or programs that are used to create new information. So we have here the word processor. So we can create, view, edit, and print documents in Google Docs. Then we have spreadsheet here. So a spreadsheet is an application tool that stores, organizes, and calculates data in tables. They are primarily used in record keeping tasks and accounting. So example is Google Sheets. So we also have presentation program. So this is Google Slides. We have the database management system. So we can create, edit, and manage information here. So in this lesson, we will be using an extension from Google Workspace, which is an mail merge. So we will not be using database management for this one, since we are using a cloud computing software or tools. We will be going to download an extension for this one. So we have graphics suite. A graphics suite is a group of programs that can be used to view, manipulate, and print computer graphics um, s- files. So example are Adobe and Photoshop. We have Canva also. So these productivity tools, Google Workspace. So let's proceed to what we will be doing for this lesson. So first we have the mail merge. So mail merge can be used to create documents that have the same content but different specific details. So if you send letter with the same message to different people, you can use mail merge to collect the names of the recipient from a list and create a letter for each of them. So this is a lot easier than copying the letter over and over again and typing the names one by one. So for this lesson, we will be using the mail merge. So what we will be doing is we are going to create an ID card. So just imagine in your school organization, there is you will be organizing the event. So 100 of students, let's say 100 of students from different campuses will be attending that. So your task is to create an ID card for them. So each ID card will have the person's name, nickname, school organization, and position. So remember, these are hundreds of people. So you can't just type them one by one. So in order to be able to do this ID card, we will need to create a Google form, a Google Sheet, and a Google Docs, and we will use the mail merge for this task. So let's proceed. So the document. So First and foremost, before we do this document, let's proceed to Google Drive. So if you have your Google or Gmail, you will be able to have a Google Drive. So go to your Google Drive. Then what we will do is we will create a new folder. So new folder. So let's say new folder here. So let's name this convention event 2024. So create the folder. So see here's the folder. Then open the folder. Then click again the new here on the left side. Then we're gonna proceed to creating the Google form first. Okay. So let's rename this. Let's put a name to the form. Let's say ID card registration. And let's put it that way. Then here on the left side, you can also rename this. So I'll go with ID card registration. That is good for me. So you will also need to put a description also to your form so that it will be professional. So that the students will know where the form is and what's the purpose, I mean, of the form. So let's go. Let's say, please fill out this form for you to be for for the ID. Let's say ID for the ID card registration. Let's say something like that. Okay. So once that's done, let's proceed to let's create a new question here. So let's say name. So make sure that this is in short answer and also set this to required here. Then to add a new question, just click here the plus button. Then let's proceed to creating the nickname. Okay, so short answer, set this to required. Then nickname, after the nickname, let's create an email question. So let's put that to short answer. So in this email, you set this to required. Then on this short text, I mean here, if you see the three dots here besides the required, click that. Then go to response validation. So this one, you will set this to text. Then contains, you will change this to email. So if you input invalid email, let's say you just type your name, the form will not continue. It will prompt a custom error on the input box. So this one here is the custom error text. So you can type here, please enter, valid email address. Then let's say example given at gmail.com at yahoo.com. So if they entered an invalid, email address, so they will see this message or text, error text on the input box. So after that, click the click again, then add a school. Let's go ahead and do that. Short answer again, put this to required. Then let's just proceed with organization. So let's just keep doing this. So the next one, the last one will be the position. Set that to required. Okay. So now we're done, right? So after that, so after that, we will be creating an Google slide. So go back to your Google Drive. Let's refresh this. So go back to your Google Drive, then create again new. Select Google Sheets. So what you will do with this Google Sheet is that you will just rename this one. Uh, let's let's say database for participants. Okay, participants. Okay. Then go back to your Google form. Go to response. Then what you will do is you will link the Google Sheet that you created. So click here, link to sheets. Select existing spreadsheet. Then look for that Google Sheet. So on my screen, on my Google Drive, this is the one that I created. So insert. So as you can see, it automatically generated a cell, a column, I mean, because we linked the Google form that we created earlier. So let's try first the Google form. So here on the top right, click the eye icon, which is a preview. Then you will be able to see this one. So just let's try filling up this form. Let's just try my name, school. Let's say Ama, non instructor. Okay, once that's done, submit. Then let's check if it is saved on the Excel sheet. So, so it automatically saves. So it is working fine. Once it is working fine, um, we will now proceed to creating the Google Docs. So to create the Google Docs, just click again, go back to your Google Drive, click Google Docs. So here in Google Docs, this is the file where we are going to create the ID card. So just name this document ID card. Okay. So insert. Let's insert the table here. So insert table. Go here. Insert. Then click this one box only. So it's one by one only. So let's say I'm just gonna put it to bold. So I'll just make the font size bigger. Okay, put that to center. Then I'm just gonna design this table. You can do this if you wanna do this. Just right click here inside the table. Then you can change the color here. So yeah, you can design your table, whatever you like. So below that, um, we're gonna say hello. My name is space space. Then we're gonna insert a line here. So go back to insert. Then click the drawing. Then click here the line. Let's click. Okay. So then just create a line here. So just drag your mouse. Then create a straight line, just like that. So I will change the line weight here so that it will become thicker. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So now that's done. Let's proceed to creating the following details for the card. So space here. Let's create a name. Then space enter. Then enter. Press enter. Then we're just gonna copy paste this one, the horizontal line. Okay. But I will make this thicker. I mean thinner. So let's click this edit here. So let's change that to, I think I'm gonna go with 2px. There, that's better. Then let's just copy paste this, the the name and the underline. I mean the line. Okay. So just gonna do this real quick. So let's just change his nickname. Sorry. Then let's say here the email. Let's do the email first. Email. Uh, the school. Then copy paste that. Okay. Um, Organization. Let's put the organization here. So change this to position. Then let's just go with the nickname as the last part. Copy paste nickname. So that looks good now for me. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm having some space here. I will just change the margin real quick. Changes 0.5. Alright. Okay, that looks better. So we created the Google Docs. So what we are going to do next here, before we do the mail merge, we're gonna use this kind of tag. Then inside that tag, what we are going to do here is we are going to fetch the data from the Excel sheet. And since later we will do the mail merge, this will the cell, if you will go to the Excel sheet, the cell here, you see here the name, the nickname. So on your Google Docs, it will fetch the data inside under these columns. So it will fetch the data. So for example, you type here, you copy here the name. This is the cell name. So copy that. Let's go with nickname here. Oh, I will just type it out. So any data under the column nickname from the Excel, I mean the Google Sheet or Excel sheet, whatever you call it, um, it will be displayed here. So later we will dive in more to that. So let's continue. So click. So let's change this to name. So a tip, guys, before doing this, um, when you are going to create, um, first create a Google form. Then after that, make sure that when you create a Google Sheet, you leave it blank, since you will be linking it to your Google form, so you don't have to manually input these uh, columns here on the first row. Okay, so just follow the steps that I did on this video, so that you will not encounter any error later on when we do the mail merge. Okay, so let's close this. So let's continue with this one. Email. So make sure, guys, that if it's capital here, if the letter is capital, then it must be capital here. So it must be the same. It must be the same with this column name of on your Google Sheet. So if you put a question mark here on the school, so you must put question mark here also. Unless you will encounter some errors later if it's not the same name, because like I said, the purpose of this using these tags is to fetch the data from your Google Sheet. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go and put school. Let's just copy paste this. Organization. Okay, so double check, is it the same? Okay, then the position. Position, okay. Then we're gonna use the nickname here again. Just copy paste that. Then there, you got the yeah, you got the we completed the Google docs, which is the ID card. So this will be the ID card for the students who will be attending the event. So there. So since we are done with this, we will now go back to our Google Sheet. So you see we have data here that I previously inputted on my Google form a while ago. So we are going to use now the mail merge. So how to use that? We will go to extensions. Then since Autocrat is I already installed Autocrat. So I will just launch it here. So for you to install that, just go to add-ons, get add-ons, then search for Autocrat. So here is the mail merge that we will be using, which is Autocrat. Just click Autocrat here, then just install it. For me, it's already installed. Then once you already installed that, you will see it here. So if you go back to extensions, you will see Autocrat. So you just launch it for it to work. So no merge jobs set up yet. So now we will create a new job since we don't have a job here yet. So let's put a job name. You can put whatever you want. Let's say participants. Okay, participants. Let's just say participants. Then click next. So choose a template. So um, on this part, you will need to choose your Google Docs, the one that the ID card that you created a while ago. So if you can find it here on your recently used templates, just go to your drive. So click here the from the drive button. So for you to be sure that it's the right Google Docs, just search it from your Google Drive. So in my case, let me see. I think uh, ID card. Okay, this one. Okay, then just select it. Then there's a button here that says select. Okay, so you will see it here, which is the ID card. Then once that's done, just proceed to the next step. Then here, so this is the map source data to template. So you will now map the columns from your Excel sheet. So you just double check. So this is your nickname. Just double check here if it's correct. So on your tag name, it will map the data to name. It must map the cell column that has the name on your Google Sheet. So in this email, make sure that it's mapped to your column of email on your Google Sheet. Then same with the other columns, okay? So just double check that if it's correct. Then and also check if the columns that you created on your Google Sheet are appearing here, okay? But most probably, but yeah, just double check it. Then click next. Then on your file name, uh, this file name is for the document, the ID card on your Google Docs. So when we set when this will automatically send an email to the participants. So whatever file name you put here, they will see it on their email. So for professional purposes, for professional purposes and familiarity of the participants, you can just type here the ID card. Then we can use tags here on your file name. So if you want to, for example, you want to add the name of the participants, just put a tag here and fetch the name column on your Google Sheet like this one. So that's how you do it. So it will automatically fetch the data from your Google Sheet. Then instead of ID card for tag name, you will see there the name of the participant. Okay. You can also add here, let's say their email. You can add an email here. There. You can do whatever you want here. Okay. So now the type of the file will be, you will have to set this to Google Docs. Okay. So this type here, it means that this file will also automatically save on your Google Drive. Okay. So you can choose the type here if you prefer Google Docs or PDF. So I prefer PDF here. Then after that's done, click next. Then the folder, like I mentioned, choose the destination folder. So it will automatically save on your Google Drive based on your preferred destination folder. So it says here the convention event 2024, right? But if you don't want it to save to this folder, we can add another folder and delete this one first. So let's delete this. All right. Let's remove that folder. Okay. Then choose a new folder. So let's say I want it to be here on the ID database. So I have an existing folder. So before you do this, you need to first create a new folder. Okay? So if you want it to save on the same folder uh, from the previous files that we created, then it's okay. You can do that. But for me, I will separate it to another folder. So I will choose the ID database here. That's the folder that I created. So let's just select that. But you can also choose, actually you can save it to multiple folders. You can try another one, right? But for me, let's just use that folder so that it will not be too confusing. And at the same time, you will also have a separate folder for the ID cards of the participants so that you can double check if the information there is right? So let's go next. So this dynamic folder, you can just skip this. Then the conditions, um, these conditions, since we already have a Google form, so most probably we don't need to put conditions here when we are going to merge the data. So the next is share docs, you see here. So click yes, so that we can be able to, this is the part where we are going to send automatically an email. Okay. So here, share docs as PDF. So share that as PDF. It's already set to PDF. Okay. Then here is you need to put the recipient here. So you don't need to manually send them an email, right? Like each participant, you have to send them an email manually. So you will have to manually type here the email. Instead, if you want to automatically send them an email, and to send all participants an email, right? So you just create, we will just use the tag, we'll just use this tag again, the email, which is what it says on the Google Sheet column, right? We have the Google Sheet column email there. So we will put email here. Then what this will do is it will automatically send them an email once they submitted the form. All right? But before that to happen, the next step would be to trigger this job when the form is submitted. All right? So we will do that later. So for now, let's just put the email tag here. But if you want, let's say you only want to send, an email to only, like, let's say 3 participants, then you can type the email here, right? Or what you can do is you can run another job. You can run another job, create a new job, then you can put the 3 emails there, right? So it depends on you. But right now we will just focus on sending them all an email. So you- of course in an email you need to type the subject. So let's do ID card for the event. Let's just do that. Then it says here type a message, so this will be the message from that they will be receiving on their email, right? So it says here you can also use tags. You can also use HTML syntax. So let's say hello, then you want to address them by their name, right? Or you can do is the nickname. It depends on you. So let's just put the tag name here, since it is the name of it is in your Google Sheet column, right? So the name tag. Then let's say here is the ID card that you will be needing for your event. There. Thank you. And just make it short and brief. Okay? Brief. Right now, we need to practice sending email on a professional way, right? So thank you. You just put there thank you. So once you're done, you can click next now, right? You can also add here if you want to include their email, right? You can also do that, or the school, right? So just make sure that the tag are correct, right? There's no misspelled letters there. It must be the same on the Google Sheet, right? To, to avoid, because it will not work. So after that, next. So here is the run on form trigger says. So this is what I'm saying. This job will trigger when a participant submitted their Google form, right? They filled up your Google form. So you click yes to that. Then this is the last part of the of setting it up. So once that's checked already, um, just click save. Then after that, what you're going to do is you need to run this job, right, for it to work. So let's run that job right now. Okay, so I think it's all good now. So let's try. After you click the run, right, you need to try it. So let's just close this. What you are going to do, close this Excel sheet first. Then let's try again. Uh, let's try submitting a form, right? So let's say Spider-Man, right? Peter. Then send it. You can try sending it to your own email address and check if you receive an email. If not, it means that it is not working, right? So put this one here. And let's just go with Ama. Let's say teacher, right? I mean none. Let's say here teacher for the position. Then click submit. Okay. So let's go back and open our Google Sheet again. All right. So let's check. So you see here, document successfully created. So you will be able to check the status here on the if you will scroll it here on the right side. So it says that document successfully created, but we want to see if it automatically send an email to this email address, right? So let's go to my Google. So let's go to my Google. Let's go to our Gmail. I mean, okay. So okay. So as you can see here, we received two, right? Because there's two here. There's two data here. So let's check again. So here is my email. This is not my email. This one here. So it sent me a PDF file, right? Of you will also see here the subject. So hello Spider-Man. So you notice here it automatically fetch the data from your Google Sheet for 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 them to for for you to be able to address them to their name. So it says here hello Spider-Man, right? Because we put Spider-Man here on the name a while ago on the Google form, right? Okay. So let's go back. Then here is the card ID. Thank you. So let's open the PDF file. So this is what the PDF file will look like. So you see, hello, my name is Peter. So you notice that it fetched the data from the Google Sheet. So instead of, let's see, so this is the purpose of the tags that we created on our Google Docs a while ago, as you can see here on my screen, right? So it fetch the data on the Google Sheet. So since the nickname that we inputted a while ago is Peter, right? So I inputted Peter. So if you will look on the Google Sheet, it's Peter right here under the column nickname. It's Peter. So it displays Peter. Then it fetched the data also of the name, which is Spider-Man. Then my email, right? Then the school. Then organization, none. Teacher. Then the nickname again, Peter, right? So what happens if let's try making a mistake, right? So what happened if on your Google Docs, if on your Google Docs here, if you go back to your Google Docs, if you just put, if you just, we will just delete this character here. So we are missing one tag, right? So let's try and Let's try and submit another Google form. Let's see what will happen. So let's say Iron Man here, Tony, right? So I'm gonna put the same email, then Ama again, then none. Then let's go with student, right? Submit. Okay, let's check our Google Sheet. So you will see if it's successful here on the right side. So it is still merging the data. Okay, successful. So let's check our email. So here, I receive an email, right? So hello Iron Man, you see? It fetched the name Iron Man, right? Here is the ID card for your event. Thank you. So let's check. We try making a mistake on the Google Docs, right? So let's check the file. So you see here, since we are missing a tag a while ago, so it didn't successfully fetch the data. So what happened is whatever so what happened, it displays this tag, right? It displays the tag. So this is an output error, if you will call it. This is an output error. So make sure to always check your work, right? Check if it's correct, if the tag is correct, if it's complete, if the words or letters are the same with your Google Sheet, right? Because you will be having this kind of output error. So you don't want that, right? So the students will be able to see, what is this, like, why does it say here name, right? So you what we are trying to do is to fetch the data, right? So it will automatically display here the name, right? So that's a one tip for you to avoid errors, output errors. It is very that output error is very crucial. So as much as possible, let's try to avoid that. Okay. So if you will notice, the other data is correct because the tag is correct, right? Okay. So now, um, you can design this ID card whatever you like. So this is just a simple design. You can do more design here, and I just showed you that this these are this is how you can be able to utilize Google Form, Google Sheet, and Google Docs, right? Actually, you can when merging here on Autocrat, you can also use Google Slides, right? If you open this one, if you open the Autocrat, you will see here that you can link a Google Slide on the second step. Instead of this docs, Google Docs, you can also choose Google Slides. As you can see here, now you can choose Google Slides, right? So if you have a Google Slide, you can also choose the Google Slides. Then on your Google Slides, if you want to fetch data of the participants, you just do what we did here on your Google Docs, like use tags like this. Okay? And like I said, double check to avoid output errors, like what I showed you a while ago. Okay? And then another thing that I want you to notice is that let's go back to the previous email, right? So another thing that I want you to notice is, if you look here on the top left, do you see that ID card for Spider-Man, right? So since we since on our Autocrat a while ago, so let's go back. we set the file name. We set the file name and put a tag of name to fetch the data of the participants. So we use that here on the file name, right? So what happens is that it will reflect here, right? So you can so on the file name you can improvise this. You can also put here the email, right? Just use the proper tags. Just use the proper tags. You can put here the email or the school if you want it to include on the file name of the PDF. So you do it. It depends on you. Just make sure to avoid the output errors, okay? So I'll just click save here since I will not be making any changes. So that's how, pretty much that's how you utilize the Google Sheet and Google Form and Google Docs. So if ever in the future you will have a job and you will encounter this kind of task, then you you know what to do now, right? You have the basic skills on how to do this. All right. So this is very beneficial to you guys because in the future it will really help you to maximize and utilize these tools, which is really being used on different companies right now. So if you can utilize this simple mail merge, um, it will be easier. I will not say it will be easier, but you will not have a hard time in advancing your skills because there are also advanced advanced level softwares that are being used in this kind of situations. We have Zapier, if you're familiar with that. We have it is an online automation, so it is more advanced than this one. So it is good that you have a grasp of the basics so that you can be able to easily learn the more advanced skills, right? So yeah, and pretty much that is all for this lesson, and I hope that you learned a lot. And also, I forgot a while ago in Autocrat, right? Let's go back to Autocrat. I will show you something real quick. Okay. A while ago, we set the destination folders, right? This is for me. This is the folder that I want the file to save on my good to be saved on my Google Drive, right? So let's check on my Google Drive if it gets saved there.